Bowser Jr. Neutral B is the worst projectile in the game, and here's why. First off, it has horrible frame data with a terrible 37 frame startup, and that's uncharged. Don't even get me started on trying to charge the move. While the 37 frame startup of the move is already terrible, if you fully charge it, it takes 97 frames, which is more than a reversed Warlock Punch. God, why Nintendo? So if you have a move that has this much startup when charging, surely you can store the charge, right? Nope, Bowser Jr.'s Cannonball cannot be stored and has a grand total of 40 frames and lag, which is probably the most laggy projectile in the entire game. Compare this to Samus or Mewtwo, who have less end lag, store charges, and even the weak versions of the moves are already better than Cannonball, and they can cancel this charge with shield and jump and many more options. Even characters that can't charge their projectiles and on top of that aren't even projectile focused like Mario and the Spaceys have way less end lag, while also usually doing more damage, less startup, travels further, travels faster, and more. But if I were to list all the things they're better at, we would be here all day. Surely the move has 37 frames startup uncharged and about 40 frames end lag. Has either good damage or good kill power, right? Nope, the move does 8% and doesn't kill until 230% uncharged. And as I formerly mentioned, fully charging the move takes 97 frames, so it's not really practical in a match. But just hypothetically, if that hits, it should kill super early, right? Again, I'm gonna disappoint you with a sad note, as the fully charged version kills at 115%, which is worse than pretty much any charged smash attack, or even uncharged. Now after looking at most of Cannonball's attributes, let's get into what you can and cannot use it for in competitive play. Due to the insane startup and end lag of the move, Cannonball is pretty much never used in neutral, as Bowser Jr. has to be a full PS2 distance away from his opponent to not get punished for using it, which often results in giving up a lot of stage control even when you're not directly getting hit. And the move is also easily avoided with having a pretty small hitbox, and the reward you get is very minimal, as we mentioned with the 8%, and it doesn't really give you any amount of stage control, which is terrible. It cannot be used in disadvantage either, due to the former mentioned distance needed between you and your opponent, which just isn't gonna happen because you've already lost stage control by being in disadvantage, so you're usually basically asking to get hit. Because even if you don't get hit, you need to back yourself into a corner or go to ledge, which is just not a good position to be in. Also, even if you somehow manage to hit Cannonball while being in disadvantage, it doesn't even always guarantee that you can return to neutral. Either way, you're always giving up more stage control, which is just not what you want. The only sometimes viable option is going to ledge. But even then, you're still stuck on ledge, which still isn't a good position to be in. But it can occasionally catch opponents that are impatient when ledge trapping. Let's get into Cannonball's only small niche, which is an advantage. Cannonball still doesn't get used a lot here, but can occasionally score an edge guard against bad recoveries or when the opponent is out of resources. However, outside of that, it has no uses again. And even when edge guarding, it doesn't get used a lot either, as Jr. has a lot of better options. Now let's get into what you can't use it for. First of all, you cannot use it to start combos, as it has too much end lag. It's most certainly not good at catching landings or anti-airing. And there's overall not really a use for the move outside of shield break setups, which is more of a gimmick honestly. As once people learn that the Cannonball has a drop-off hitbox, it stops working entirely because people just won't shield when they know the Cannonball is gonna drop. So the only realistic way you're ever gonna use the move is as a slight niche in edge guarding, which Bowser Jr., like I mentioned, has way better edge guarding tools. And that shield break gimmick is also pretty cool, but it's not really useful as it's just a matchup check. Besides that, it has zero usage because it's not good in neutral, not good in advantage, not good in disadvantage. Can't start combos, and it's just a bad move overall. So, how good do you think Bowser Jr. Cannonball is? Is there anything I missed or any way I can improve my videos? Let me know in the comments. And I wanted to give a special shout out to Alex Stork for helping me with this video. That'll be all from me. Goodbye.